What's up guys, welcome back to another video. This is the classic auto, and today I'm going to be doing an oil change on a 2012 Audi A7. Obviously this is my car, so let's get started. Actually I have to let you know that if you're doing this by yourself, make sure you go ahead and search. You have everything, like all the right tools for it before you start, because to be honest with you guys, I've been trying this for the last month and I didn't have the right tools, mostly on this car. It was really hard to have the right thing to loosen up the old drain plug that, by the way, was a little bit stripped. So now I got it kind of loose just earlier today, and I went ahead and looked for something else that I needed to take off the old oil filter as well. So pay attention to whatever things I'm saying through the whole process, so you don't find yourself in this problem whenever you start doing your oil change. So let's go start it. Go upstairs, open up the garage, and let's get started right now. This is a super easy one now that I have all the tools with me. So let's get started. As you can see, we still have plenty of lights. So let's get started. I'm gonna jack up this side of the car only, that way I can access through the old drain plug. I'll let you know what do we have to take off. Obviously there's a splash guard right there we have to unbolt, but let's head directly there. Okay guys, so now with our car jacked up, can't see much down here, but there is a splash guard right here in the middle, which by the way is missing a bunch of bolts. So I just have 1, 2, 3 holding on. I'm going to use a flat screwdriver for that, and the other one on the back I'm going to use this star bit socket, which is a 30. For the rear ones, there's like 3 bolts in there, which I'm actually think I'm missing one, so I just have 2 bolts in my case. And for the rest of the ones in front, I have like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 7 bolts, which I'm missing 4. I just have 3, so I'm probably gonna go ahead and look for those later on. So I'm gonna use a flat screwdriver for that, because it's easier. They're really simple, just because they're super short. Just a simple turn, they come right off. Leave the camera a second. There it is. Okay, so now with this off, let me see if I can get a flashlight right here. So now with the splash guard off, we find ourselves here. Clearly it's the oil drain plug right here. Like I said, I already loosened up a little bit, so that's why there's a little bit of oil there. You can see on this side, super easy to detect. I'm pretty sure that's like the sensor for the oil level. So let's go ahead and loosen that one up. Like I said, don't take your chances on trying to loosen this with the wrong tool. This is a hex bolt. It is a 6mm. Mine was a little bit stripped, but I got it loose, so just go ahead and loosen that up, and obviously that's gonna make the oil come out. So make sure you have your oil drain right here ready to get this filling up. So the old drain plug right now is ready to come off. Things. And now I'm just waiting it to stop draining. I already have my hood up. I'm just gonna loosen this thing up so I can give it some free air right there. Just leave it like that. Yeah, it's practically almost done. So as soon as it stops, I'm gonna put the plug back in. I'm actually gonna see if this supposedly should fit in there. This new old drain plug from ECS Tuning that I got. Hopefully it bolts right in place. That way for next time it's easier for me to take this off. It's more easier to find a wrench for this thing. And before the light goes completely out, I'm just gonna explain to you guys real fast what's gonna happen. The air filter, the oil filter is up here. So we're gonna go ahead and I have a big wrench for this thing. I'm gonna loosen this up and replace it with a new one that I have from K&N. I'm gonna put the new old drain plug, which it already stopped draining, so we're good to go. Just fill this up with fresh oil, Castrol Edge, of course, and probably take it for a test drive or just wait for tomorrow morning. As you can see, we already took off the old oil filter. It's gonna come right off, and we're gonna put the new one in. I'm gonna fill it up with the fresh oil. And just want to make sure you don't forget about putting on the O-ring, the new O-ring, to seal everything up. Pull this old one out. It's supposed to be an O-ring in there. So everything's back in place now. So the last thing to do is fill this bad boy up with some engine oil. In this case I have Castrol Edge. It's 540. Just check on your specifications. Just make sure you have the right oil. If you do not know what kind of oil your car has to have, check your owner's manual as well, or you could check online for forums or whatever, but just make sure you do that. I'm going to leave the splash guard off for right now. I'm going to put it back tomorrow, just to make sure I check out and it's not leaking any oil through the night, and then I'll put that back tomorrow in the morning. So right now I'm going to fuel this thing up with oil, and I'll see you guys in the next day. Good morning guys, this is a new day. I apologize for the video yesterday. The sun was going down super fast at that point, so I had to get everything done, but here it is. So just walk through a couple of things before I finish this video. So here's my old dream day pan. I already emptied it on these empty bottles of course, Castrol Edge 5W40 in my case for this car. So overnight and this morning before I start the car, I just make sure we have no oil leaks either on the oil filter or on the bottom from the oil drain plug. Everything looks good. And like I said, I didn't put the splash guard back yet, just to make sure that I knew that there was nothing leaking from the oil drain plug. There you can see there's a brand new oil drain plug from ECS Tuning that I just put instead of the OEM one, and it is nice and dry. I cleaned up all the oil pan down here to make sure that I can see that was no leaking. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this thing back because I cannot drive like this, because from one side it's kind of loose. There's no screws holding on that thing, so I can't drive around like that. So here's the splash guard that goes on the bottom that holds and with another splash guard that goes to the middle part of the car. So this is just a small piece of it, and that's what covers our oil pan. As you can see, it has several spots for screws on the sides, on the back right there. That's actually goes to the back part of the car, and this slides to the front, and it's a combination of different screws. In this case we have this. I actually use the flat one. These are kind of weird. They just screw literally with a twist. And for the back ones, we have these that are actually like a kind of a star bit. This is a 30, so it's a combination of this and whatever kind of screwdriver you want to use. You can use the normal one or the flat screwdriver. In this case, that's what I use. Let's go ahead and put this thing back and check the oil level, make sure everything is good. There it is, guys. The splash guard is in, Everything is good. We have no leaks. So let's go ahead and fire up the car again so I can show you guys how to check the oil level on this car in particular. So now that I let the car heat up for a couple of minutes, we just go here to our menu, car settings, you go to car systems, you go all the way to service and checks, and we go obviously down to oil level, and it seems okay. So yeah, it's missing just a little bit to the max point, so I'm just gonna drive it around for a while and add a little bit of oil later. That's it for this video. As you can see, it's literally the same as any other oil change. The only thing is like difference in tools you're gonna need for this in this particular car, actually, or probably most Audis nowadays. So other than that, it's really straightforward. The same thing. Just make sure you make your investigation a little bit ahead to make sure you don't run into problems like I did with the old drain plug in this case. But other than that, you're good to go. I'm just going to drive around the car and probably add a little bit more oil. It's just missing just a tiny bit, and enjoying the rest of my day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and you did. Leave your like, your comments, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.